In this video we are talking about types of numbers. The first part is square and cube numbers. We have we need to match the correct boxes. So a square number is a number that multiplies by itself. So 1 squared is just 1. We draw an arrow. 2 squared is 4. Right there. 3 squared is 3 times 3 gives me 9. 4 squared gives me 16. 5 squared gives me 25. 6 squared gives me 36. 7 squared gives me 49. And 8 squared gives me 64. Here we have cube numbers. What is a cube number? A times A times A. So the first one is 1 times 1 times 1, which is 1. The second one is 2 to the power of 3, this is 8. 3 to the power of 3 is 27. 4 to the power of 3 is 16 times 4, 64. 5 to the power of 3 is 5 times 5, 25 times 5, 125. 6 to the power of 3 is 36. 36 times 6, which is 216. 7 to the power of 3 is 49. 49 times 7, 343. 8 to the power of 3 is 8 times 8, 64 times 8, 512. The second part is prime numbers. So these are prime numbers. 2 is the first prime number. So this can be written as 2 times 1, 3 times 1, 5 times 1, 7 times 1, 11 times 1, 13 times 1, 17 times 1, 19 times 1, 23 times 1, 29 times 1. The prime numbers have only 2 factors, 1 and themselves. In the third part we have even and odd numbers. So we have some numbers at the left, and we have 2 boxes. In one box we put the odd numbers and the other one we put the even numbers. So let's say the first we pick one odd number, and here we put 30. 29 we can write it as 3 plus 26. So this is odd and this is even. This is odd and this is even. This can be written as 1 plus 100, 3 plus 120, 5 plus 150. Part 4, we want to calculate the square root of 1 is 1, the square root of 4 is 2, the square root of 9 is 3, because 3 times 3 gives me 9, the square root of 16 is 4, because 4 times 4 gives me 16, the square root of 25 is 5, because 5 squared gives me 25, this is 6, this is 7, and this is 8. Cubic root of 1 is 1, because 1 times 1 times 1 gives me 1. The cubic root of 8 is 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 gives me 8. The cubic root of 27 is 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 gives me 27. The cubic root of 64 is 4, because 4 times 4 times 4 gives me 64. And the cubic root of 125 is 5, because 5 times 5 times 5 gives me 125. Now we go to part 5, which is lowest common multiple and highest common factor. We want to find the first multiples of 5 and 30. So what we have to do is to do the times tables. So we go up by 5, so it's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So how many we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 multiples, and then we have 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240, 270. You go up by 5 and you go up by 30. So the lowest common multiple, what is the lowest number here? The lowest one is 30. And here on the other list is 30. So the lowest common multiple is 30. Now the last question is to find the factors of 30 and 40. So what are the factors of 30? Is 1, because 1 times 30 gives me 30. 2, because 2 times 15 gives me 30. 3, because 3 times 10 gives me 30. 4 is not a factor. 5 is not a factor. 5 is a factor because 5 times 6 gives me 30. 6 is a factor. 10 is a factor. 15 is a factor. And also 30 is a factor. What about 40? Is 1, 2. So these are the factors here. 4, 5, 8, 10. Then we have 20. And then we have 40. So what is the highest common factor in this case? Highest common factor, the highest number that is common, is 10. So the highest common factor is equal to 10.